Hello and welcome to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. My view of humanity is a whole new tea. Hi and hello to all of my lovelies. How's my royalty? Let's get ready with some patty tea. Boiling hot or freezing cold. Let's get this thing started. Okay, because first, check out my Patreon. I'm going to start saying it at least as many episodes as I can because I know, especially the MAGA right, they don't believe what we say. They don't believe, like they always say that we're the mean ones. We're the ones that don't include them. That we're the ones that target them or degrade them or what. And it's just like, we minded our business for a good amount of time. We were like, okay, we just know to leave them alone. We're gonna stay where we are at, and we're just gonna, stay, to ourselves and leave them to whatever. But now we see leaving themselves to the hatred and awful, terrible, bigoted, heartless, dehumanizing behaviors. No, we can't do that anyway. No. And so some of them might say I'm mean or rude, or it's like, oh, this is what black women do, and yada yada, whatever. If you check out that Patreon, you will see the racism. You will see the hatred that they spew. It's like, it's awful, it's terrible, it's despicable. And so, yeah, check it out. You will see why. Like, because so many of the MAGA used to be, you guys were supposed to be the nice ones. You guys were supposed to be the Christians. So I guess we're playing opposite day because you guys surely don't act like Christians. And oh, yeah, better yet, it's like you guys love picking out the awful, terrible parts of the Bible. Well, slavery was in the Bible, so that means it wasn't bad. Hmm. Who? God is against protesting, even though he flipped tables in a church. Yeah. It's like we shouldn't be having all this illegal immigrants, and even though, yeah, uh, black baby Jesus, yeah, he was an immigrant, and it's like, oh, we should not be helping the poor, and our tax dollars should not be helping the poor and lazy. Like, didn't the Bible say to help the poor and the needy? And what does it say on the Statue of Liberty and stuff as well? Speaking outside the Bible. And oh, our money says, "In God we trust." Do you know the history of our money and how that got placed on the dollar bill? Mm-hmm. Oh, well, Trump is a Christian. Oh, yeah. Didn't he say he's not? Didn't he say years ago that as long as you keep lying, it's like, I'm paraphrasing, but it's like you lie until they think it's the truth? And he's been doing that for years, making you guys look really goofy, looking really stupid. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. True story. True story. But yeah, I'm going to be talking about more about true story with politics and everything like that. And yes, I talk dating nightmares, dating reality life, disability, and the different issues and troublesomes that happen throughout being a handicap and things, and then being a woman, being black, being a black woman, being a black woman with a disability when it comes to jobs and family and dating and heartbreak and just so many different situations. So yes, check out my Patreon. I'm going to be doing more things with it soon, and also going to be getting back onto my Handicapable Black Nerd channel soon. But yeah, now that I have over 600 episodes on this one, my goal is to reach maybe 1,000 by the end of this year, which means some days I'm going to need to do 2 episodes to make that happen. But yeah, and finish my novel and get the candles get together and the greeting cards and more activity books and more children's books. So yes, I am never bored and I refuse to be bored. So, okay, let's get started because yeah, all of that kind of shapes together nicely because for some reason, well, we all know the reason, but the Orange Man and like all of the people that uplift him, they hate black people. It's like, okay, this is in my opinion, of course, but like, I mean, let's look at the pattern of what all they're doing. Let's look at the pattern of all the things he's called black women, especially black women who don't agree with them. He only, he was only complimentary to that one black African woman. I forgot which country she was from, but that's when he was like, "Oh, she's beautiful. Look at her." It's like just basically making her seem like the only thing that mattered with her was her beauty. But then look at Jasmine Crockett. But now he has displayed such hate or despise for her that we even have LGBTQ men dogging her and saying not to donate and saying, oh, well, like, that's a different episode for a different day. But it's to a point where she is speaking her mind. She is brave enough to speak her mind and, yes, stand out. And now she's being put down for standing out and saying her opinion and not being afraid and scared of the awful, terrible treatment that many of us are getting within this country. But does she get credit for it? No, she gets put down, which is pretty disgusting. Being put down for fighting the fight that we need more people to do. It's like, and these same gentlemen, they're not brave enough to do it. They're either lazy or they're scared. But when a black woman's able to do, and see, this is what a lot of these men, especially LGBTQ men, they don't give, like, they still think they can put down black women because they do. Especially, like, and I'm talking majority of, like, the white LGBTQ. Not all, because I know there's some on my team. Hey, hey, hey. It's like my friends J and J. But yeah, there's been quite a few times where I've seen how some of them, they just think that they feel like they're on the same uh playing field as black women because like LGBTQ, that, I mean, yeah, it's like you get hatred, you get a lot of the homophobic, awful, terrible, heartless treatment. But yeah, it's like when you're born black and everything, it's like LGBTQ, you weren't forced to be slaves. If you were black LGBTQ, then you were gonna be a slave. But if you weren't, you weren't. And then Jim Crow, you didn't have to go through that. And then the drowned cities, you didn't have to go through that. Segregation, you didn't have to go through that. Most of the terrible stereotypes that's placed on us, when police want, they're determined to pull us over, but when they see you guys, oh no, mm, you have a much higher chance of getting away with. And I've had so many white colonizing type men brag to me how they get away with tickets and how they don't care if they speed because they know they're not going to end up with a ticket, and or they're going to get a ticket that's much less than what they deserve, like, because if they went 20 over, the cop will just give them one for 5 over and things like that. So you don't know your privilege. You don't know your privilege. And at the same time, black women have been like helping you, holding your hand and trying to make sure that you're getting through with your struggles while you have a privilege. And yes, there is homophobic and stuff, but then you guys don't appreciate how black women have tried to help you too. And we see the pattern because white women have done this in the past. I always give the best example is during voting when the white women asked the black women for their help to be able to get that right to vote. But once they got it, they ditched us. They ditched us. They didn't care about us anymore. They were like, oh, we got what we wanted. Screw you. And right now, to this day, we are getting that kind of again. And it's like seeing how Oh, even, ooh, a good example. The Taylor Swift and that one actress I don't like from Gossip Girl. I'm not even going to pretend that I try to know her name because I don't care for her at all. And so, yeah, like, this is why we don't trust colonizing women. This is why, even with Taylor Swift's last CD, black women started being like, hold up, wait a minute, what? It's like, and this is why, even being a Democrat, that doesn't mean that we're safe around all of the other Democrats, because there are some racist Democrats and or Democrats that are too ashamed to say it, so they won't say it, but they'll throw hints. Because that little gossip girl, like, I wonder who she voted for. I wonder. Because, oh, she couldn't wait to get married at that, like like plantation house. And then her fashion, yeah, when she was trying to create her own fashion, like, label and everything, yeah, a lot of it came from those days. And yeah, there's been quite a few examples from her and her husband where it's to a point where, oh, you're probably going to be one of those people who say, I can't be racist. I have a black friend. Yeah, shut up. So some of these slave owners, they call some of their slaves their friends too. Yeah. Oh no, I don't. Did she? No, no, she didn't. I'm not even gonna ask that question because I'm. You know what? I'm gonna look it up because I'm like, did the actress that was on Gossip Girl, did she ever date a black man? Did she ever do? Because I want to look him up. Because I want to. I kind of wonder, is he one of those John James or like Tiger Woods types? Yeah, yeah. Because that's the only type of black man I could ever see her with. I could ever see her with. But okay, okay. Let's dive in because, like, with what's going on in Philadelphia right now and the history being torn away, this is why we can't trust on, like, so many people kept saying, I am exhausted of the black people, or I have black um, exhaustion, or whatever, whatever. And it's like, why don't they be quiet? Why don't they stop? This is what happens when we stop. Because we have to remember this orange man, he wants to take slavery out of the books. And then the governor from Florida, he wants to take African American history classes, or at least the applied or the advanced class, out of the schools. And then also with the nature trails and all the forest and stuff, the national forest and stuff. Yeah, he took away Martin Luther King Day and Juneteenth as two of the free days where people can go, and now replaced it with his birthday. Mm. And talk so much about how there's too much talk about slavery in the museums. But we have to take it back. We have to take it back to like 2024 while he was running. Because remember when he talked about that black jobs? Because, like, okay, I know some people are going to say, oh, you're going too far. Or why are you trying to put these pieces together? Because, okay, just like a detective, sometimes you got to put the pieces together. It's like sometimes you have to come up with a hypothesis. Because he kept saying those are black jobs. He kept saying the Hispanic community was taking black jobs. And now look at some of the farmers that are having a hard time keeping their farms afloat. Look at the positions that are being taken away. And remember some of the things that the orange man said soon after, because he thought African Americans were going to jump at those jobs. And look at some of the farmers and some of the businesses that were trying to trick black people into going into those jobs because they thought we were just going to jump because we were not able to do any other job. They thought that, yeah. hmm So yeah, you got to remember the black jobs in his speech, right? Right. But yeah, it's like a lot of people aren't going to remember that. But don't you think that's kind of amusing a little bit, in a little bit of a way? Because also, like with what's going on with ICE right now, the history of our police started off by the slave catchers, and a lot of the history and a lot of the things that they're doing, it looks just like the slave catchers. And now the orange man and his like posse, whatever, they're basically saying that ICE can get into a house without a warrant signed by a judge. They're saying, yeah, go into a house without the warrant, which is against American laws. Against American, like, no. I want to say it's the 14th Amendment, but yeah, it's like I've been trying, yeah, bombarded with a lot of information, so I might be like, but I believe it's that one. But we got to pay attention and look at what's going on right now, especially when it comes to the African American community and how they're trying to take away our culture and take away our history and take, like, because even how some of these pastors out here now are saying that slavery is okay because it was in the Bible, and so that they should not have to feel bad or that we need to get over it. How come we shouldn't get over any other part of history? Pay attention to that with the Holocaust. Yeah, I mean, they want to do that salute too. Got to pay attention. Like, see, it's like you have to listen and watch and learn. You have to look like they have no problem doing that salute. They were proud of doing it, and they keep saying they're not racist while doing racist, awful, terrible, disgusting things. But then they want to call us racist against the white man. They want to, but then the definition of, yeah, that doesn't make any sense because racism is based off of power. So they're too busy. They're so busy trying to say black people are more racist, but no. Okay, you sound dumb just saying it. You sound poorly educated just saying it. But the orange man loves the poorly educated, so no wonder those are the people who are saying it. So you have to pay attention because they're trying to take the history out. They're firing African Americans as much as possible, taking away DEI. Some want to bring back segregation. They want to have whites only towns. Then they bring back only white Africans. And those are the only ones they want over. And then it's like even with the work permits and things like that, with the Middle Eastern community and things, and like having to pay a fee and or like, and I think they said they wanted an annual fee and things like that, and who they would allow to come to the colleges and universities. It's like we can't just all look at one action at a time. We have to put everything together and also look at the actions of Project 2025, because everything that's going on in Project 2025, they are doing. The Orange Man, like 2024 said, I have nothing to do with that. But remember, he said, lie until they believe you. And that's exactly what MAGA did. Black women, we kept saying, no, his name is in there around, I think around 300 times, like 100 to 300 times or whatever. We kept saying it. They're like, no, he has nothing to do with it. He doesn't know anything about it. How come within 1 year, he's already done over 50% of it? In 1 year. 1 year, he's already done over 50% of it. But you say he has nothing to do with that? Mm. But then also we have to look back again during his first presidency. I'm going to say that, like, some people are like, oh, but you've already mentioned this. I don't care. I'm going to put all the pieces together. I'm going to show you, because the more they keep doing, the more evidence and the more ways that I can put it to try to wake people up. Because so many people, I don't want to be woke. That's crazy. I don't want to be like, shut up. Okay, if you want to fall asleep while our country, like, basically drowns within the bigotry and the hatred, now we have like other countries looking at us like, how in the world did you vote for this man? Black women looking at you guys like, how could you vote for this man? Literally, we have ICE like eliminating people, but then they want to blame, oh, she was a lesbian. And then look back at the churches when they were getting that little pop quiz. Will you help the woman with the crying baby? They want to blame her. Oh, she was just a stripper. She was a lesbian. Oh, like what? She wasn't a part of our congregation. What? But it's like, and this is why I said I'm going to talk more about the Christian community, because this is what we see, like, especially outsiders. Because remember, one of the laws or rules that they're trying to bring back is now at jobs, like the Christians can try to move people to the church, like during lunch breaks and stuff, they can ask and try to save you or try to get you into their church and things like that. But you, until you say no. But it's like that used to not be allowed, but now they're trying to make it allowed again, or they're trying to bring that back and stuff. But a lot of these Christians are from the Caucasian hatred awful, like, communities, the white power communities, yeah, the KKK communities, the triple Ks, yeah, uh-huh. So, like, it's really sad now when people tell me they're Christian. I have to check and see what kind of Christian they are. Are you part of the MAGA Christians, or are you an actual Christian? Are you a heartless Christian, or are you a for real Christian? Are you one filled with hate and will dehumanize? And are you cheering on what ICE is doing? Or are you fighting for this country so all man can be created equal, and so that everyone can have freedom, and that one day we can hopefully tax the rich? Because how much money has our current president made in 1 year? Over $1 billion. Over $1 billion. Starting his own Bitcoin, and then having something to the point where if whoever owns the most within a certain time, then they can have an expensive, stupid, ugly, nasty dinner with me, and he's going to share his secrets or whatever. And then you had people who are even known for having crime coming into the White House, having this fancy dinner. But then they won't release the Epstein files. And yes, I'm kind of off topic, but it's just so crazy how the Christian community keeps saying, but we're Christian, and oh, we voted for a Christian. All that, like, look at who you voted for. When one of his wives passed away, he put her grave at one of the golf courses so that he can get tax breaks. And they're not keeping up with that. It's like they had a story on it where it's like it's just there. Yeah. I mean, that it's disgusting. It's awful. It's terrible. And then it's like he wants to take over, like he's kidnapped one president. Now he wants to say he wants to take another because he didn't get the Peace Prize. But like a lot of people aren't paying attention, especially with everything. Like he's so jealous of a black man. See, it's like, yeah, I'm off topic, but I'm on topic at the same time. Because look at all of these actions and all of the things he's doing. He's trying to literally bleach this country. It's like the hatred he has for black people and people of color, but people of color didn't believe him, or they didn't believe us. They didn't like they thought black women were just making it up. We kept trying to warn you guys, but then now look at what's going on within this country. And some of the people of color are now, they're mad at us because they're like, no, you're supposed to help us now. We tried helping you before the election. We kept telling you before the election. We know our history. It's like we're women and we're black. And I'm disabled. Trust me. We try to tell you. We know how America is. We know how Americans are. And a lot of the people of color, men, oh, they're hilarious. Yeah, now they're seeing what we're talking about. They thought they were special. And we hope you guys stay safe. We hope that you're able to stay here. But They're going by racism. They don't care if you have your papers. They don't care if you're a 5-year-old child. They don't care. They really don't. I hope you guys have seen the pattern of the hatred they have for you. They want you out this country. If you have an accent, they want you out this country. In other countries, the more languages you know, is the more impressive. They're amazing. It can be amazing to know like 4 or 5 or like I know somebody who knows 3, and I'm just it's amazing. And also, it's like the more languages you know, the way that the brain waves. It's like I've read studies on this. I've read a book on this. It's like they want you as dumb as possible. See? And that's one reason black women are the most educated demographic in this country. We know the importance of education. And it's really sad because we have a black artist. I'm going to keep bringing him up. He says that we should not be literate, or we don't have a need to be literate because of technology right now. But he doesn't like, look at what this country is trying to do to us. Look at what they're calling black jobs. Look at how they're tearing down our history. Look at how they're saying that, oh, if we display this about these presidents, that's going to make them look bad. The hurt, the hurt our ancestors have went through. The hurt and the pain and the suffering our ancestors went through, but their MAGA is showing they don't care. They don't care. Some of them are happy. Remember my ex's ex-wife, the one that cheated on him. Yeah, that one. Yeah, once the orange guy got into office the first time, she told him in front, like she told. No, actually, she didn't tell him. She told hit their daughters. Once the orange man gets in office, she's gonna buy me and whip me until I pass away. That's what she said in front of the daughter. She did not care. And then guess what? She started dating black men after that. She started dating black men. And this is why it's like if you say you dated a black person, that does not matter. I can't be racist. Who cares? Oh, you say you're going to whip me until I die. Why do you think you're gonna buy me? Why? Okay. It's like, remember, like I call it cattle slavery. It's like, yes, it's chattel, but they treated us like animals. They treated us like cattle. And I know, like, one of my friends, there's like, they told me, and it's like, yes, yeah, I don't know. It's just, and I feel like maybe I should tell you the reason, but it's like, no, they treated us like animals. They treated us like cattle. So I'm calling it cattle. Because till this day they try to treat us like cattle. They want us back on those farms. They want to make us work minimum wage for no money. They want to imprison us, because even now when you look in the prisons, now look at the systems where they literally want the prisoners to go out and work for free. They have figured out so many ways in order to make us work for less. And then even look, remember what CK said about a black pilot. They always think we are not good enough, smart enough, and capable of doing. If you guys don't pay attention, they're trying to take away our history. Then they got that PragerU garbage. In my opinion, it's absolute awful, terrible, like just garbage. The way they reword and twist things and stuff is not the truth. But they're trying to make the white man always look like the hero. But the hero, like they're the ones that pulled out black slaves' teeth in order to be inserted into, yeah, look in your history books, feed to crocodiles, and then also the massacres, also the drowned cities. I'm going to keep talking about the drowned cities because so many times when people are like, oh, well, if you guys had started cities, we would have supported. Shut up. You sound stupid. You sound dumb and uneducated. Go read a book. Try to. Unless you follow that rapper's philosophy of only being financially literate. But anyways, I have so much more on this, so I'm going to have a part 2 at a later time. But thank you so much for listening to the Handicapable Black Woman Throne Room. I am a woman, I am of color, and I am handicapable. But most importantly, I am human and you're human too.